What's up, Opinions Mostly fans, family, faithful viewers? I'm so excited. This season's about to gear up. Thank you guys for joining us. I know it's been a while. We missed you. I'm sure you did not miss us, and that's okay because we're here for you now, and that's all that matters. I'm your host, Nick, the Shark Herbst, back in action, baby. Let's go. Oh, there's my camera. Boom. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Good to see y'all. It's been a long time. Sitting directly across from me is the one and only JoJo Special Teams Frolic.
I thought you were going to say the JoJo and the Idiot Circus Boy, but I like that intro better.
I was going to say that, but I figured that was inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
You were only an idiot last year. We're trying to make this family-oriented. Fuck. I mean, come on.
Oh, for sure.
As you can see, Aaron is not currently with us. He's still alive. He's just not with us right now. He had a scheduling conflict. We all had scheduling conflicts because we're actual adult humans. And until you guys start subscribing, liking, commenting, making us make money, we can't do anything about that.
I mean, everyone else works at a job, right? You can ask them if they want to sponsor us, you know? I'm just saying.
See, I'm not in my parents' basement. I'm in my basement. That's because of hard work. Dedication.
Yeah, I mean, I contacted a couple of commissioners at Arapahoe County in Colorado and was like, hey, you want to sponsor this webcam show? Mm-hmm. And they heard webcam and OnlyFans, so they're like, no, we're staying away from that. So,
well, you can check out our OnlyFans page too at Nick and Joe Go Deep at OnlyFans.com.
$5 a month subscription fee.
Yeah, and we're not together, so sorry if that's what you're thinking. It's separate, independent stuff from the same channel. No. All right. Enough fucking around. It's football season. Hell yeah. Let's go. Football season. Come on, Joe. Come on. Give it up.
Let's go, man. It's that time of the year. You know, we're at the very end of summer. I know in Colorado, I can speak for sure. Labor Day is always the last weekend that's hot, and then it's a trajectory of cooling down, man.
What's the weather out there?
Right now it's a high of 83. We're 650 at night. Going through the weather. Mid to high 90s for the rest of the week, and then we're just diving in the mid 80s next week. And like I said, it just goes down.
That's crazy. I mean, it is August 27th. People have seem to think that September is cool. It's not. It's not gonna be over here in Tennessee. Today the high was like literally my car said 100. I know it wasn't that high. It was like 96 or something like that.
Well, what was the heat index?
Yeah. But I don't know. Probably like 105. I was sweating my ball sack off. Let me tell you, it was rough. I even took a shower like at noon because I was like, I'm fucking sweating my balls off.
My cousin that lives in Texas, I was like, has it started to cool down at all? He's like, yeah, it's cooled down from the 112s to about 105 now. So
yeah, that's about right. Yeah. The humidity out here is what gets you. That's the killer. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm excited. I got a couple things. I just want to recap. Let's take a quick second, Joe, to recap our lives since we've done opinions mostly. Recently, I got a dog. Oh. Her name is May. She's a black lab. She's going through heartworm treatment. It's been a long process. She's technically not ours. She's still owned by the shelter, but that way, if we foster her, which means give her meds and take her to all of her appointments, it doesn't cost us out of pocket anything. Once she's fully healed, we can adopt her. So that's pretty exciting. Me and Celine got that new adventure.
Yeah.
Yep. Give it up for May. May already has her pack. Oh, where is she? She already has her Packer ID.
I saw that on Celine's Snapchat last night. I was like, gee, I wonder who the fuck put that on.
That's not we're the only people in Dixon that everyone knows. Oh, it's a Packer fans. Let's just take her over there. If they find
you already got a self-identity. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
All those crazy loony cheeseheads down the street there. That's where the smell is coming from.
They already know. So then, what else? A lot of good things have been happening, but this weekend, since it's the starting weekend of college football, I'll be going to the Vandy Virginia Tech game.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. Yeah, opening day for them. That'll be real exciting. I don't really pay attention to college football. My college was unaccredited, so we all know how that goes.
Yeah, no shit.
So I will just show up and have a good time.
That's all you can do, man.
Right, that's it. Let's see what else. Coming up, obviously, on the Packers schedule, if you haven't paid attention, week 3, we play the Titans here in Nashville. Me and Celine already secured tickets right above the visitor tunnel, so they're going to run out right below us, baby. Let's go.
Another round of applause. Yeah.
You know I'm going to be sporting my jersey. It's going to be awesome. Celine's got like Packer shoes. It's gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be sick.
A little Midwest hospitality. You're not going to experience any bad eggs in the.
Well,
in
that's the
crowd.
problem is that we would like to think that, but everyone here is a transplant now. I'm like, get the
No.
hell out of this damn. This is Tennessee, boy. And they're like, yeah,
This is
you're
my
a
state.
transplant. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I've lived here for like 6 years. Shut up. No.
That's the same thing. I said as soon as I moved to Denver, cut the line off to California. All right,
Yeah.
no more Californians. All right, cut the line off.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure it's the same thing for you, right? As soon as you moved there as the lane, you're like, cut the line off. No one else
Yeah, no
migrate
more,
here.
no more. You're driving up our prices, damn it. No.
Yeah, where my country going? No.
Yeah, this is my state, baby. No. Anyways, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad for opinions mostly. We're gonna have a good season this year. We got our fantasy draft in like less than an hour, so we're gonna make this quick. Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing lately?
To be honest with you, I've been getting prepared for this season, Nick. It's been exploratory. It's been incredible. And lo and behold, I got myself on a piece. I Indiana Jones myself and got a piece of gold. Okay.
Nice. Oh, you got a piece of gold.
Oh,
Matthew Stafford? No.
The official NFL script.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh, you got the gold, dude. Secure
Official NFL script.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Where'd you get that? How'd you get your hands on that?
A little birdie that I know works in New York City. And he knew I can't say his name on our program, but his name rhymes with Nadjer Nudell, and he knew him.
Oh,
Snuck into his office at night, just pulled off an Indiana Jones heist in the middle of the night.
I just want to say real quick, also, that's where the reviews come from, right? Corporate America over there. So, besides the fact that Godric Hadel or whatever the hell you said, I don't know what you said. You said something like that.
Nadjer Nudell,
Nudell, sorry.
It rhymes with that. I can't say it.
Right.
But the script is incomplete in chapter 14, championship round. So I'm not going to go through. I'm not going to go through and tell how the season's going to play out. But definitely, it's like it's that meme. When I get rich, I'm not going to tell anyone, but there's going to be signs. So get ready for some radical fantasy football pickups. If you see me picking people up, just know that something is up. All right, something that only Vegas and New York City know. All right.
Hell yeah, dude. You're talking like let's see, Tua Tagovailoa in the first round. Yeah.
I mean, look at the draft pattern tonight. You'll notice a couple of things.
Someone say MVP by season 5.
I mean, someone takes Will Levis in round 2. I don't know. I mean,
honestly, please do.
Someone picks up Baker Mayfield week 3 over or round 3.
Unreal. All right. Well, let's talk about some things before the season gets rolling. We were going to touch on the 49ers. I know you want to say something about them and all their incompleteness and all these holdouts.
How they suck? Yeah, they do suck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Trent Williams, what do you know about this guy right now?
Trent Williams, he's a football player for the San Francisco 49ers.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I mean, he's under contract, but as of what's today's date? August 27th, there's been no talks about a contract extension, according to Adam Schefter on Twitter, because we all know the Tweeterverse is where we get all our information from. You know what I mean?
It's all that matters, baby.
The Tweeterverse? Yeah, absolutely. The Zuckerbergs of the world, Elon Musk's, all that shit.
Hey, a little bird told me, let me tell you.
Yeah, a little bird tweeted to me. So no movement on contract talks with Trent Williams, which is interesting because that's the rock and the anchor of the Niners offensive lines. I don't know. I mean, you need to get him back. I mean, if I were to choose between Ayuk and Trent Williams, I'm going Trent Williams. You got to pay this man. He's ranked top 10 in the NFL, non-skill position. Last, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years. He's 36 and still playing at a dominant level,
Yeah,
so,
he's like the Jason Kelce that we never knew existed, really.
Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely good point there, Nick. Shark me. So allegedly they're close on the Ayuk trade or the Ayuk signing, excuse me. Allegedly they're close, but just a lot of drama around the Niners with Ayuk, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey's ghost hamstring injury going on. Allegedly he's going to be going number 1 overall in our fantasy draft pick or draft. Sources close to me tell me McCaffrey's going number 1 overall. So
Number one, baby. I would like to touch on that because I like to touch on that every single
You like to
Christian
touch things, we
McCaffrey
know.
train. Christian McCaffrey train. Yeah, we already know. Yeah. Let's stop talking about the past. Yeah, he did. He survived. We should start saying he survived last year. No, like that's all there is to that.
In part to Trent Williams.
Yeah. Who is MIA? Yeah, he doesn't exist right now. He was on Epstein Island. They're like,
Shout out my friend David Banco, who will be eventually watching this. He's be like, oh yeah, the shades, the ghost of Christmas past coming back to re-haunt McCaffrey with his hamstring injury.
Hell yeah,
from the days in Carolina.
I'm gonna tell you what, we got a random draft and it hasn't been assigned yet, and it's coming up pretty soon. I would not draft him the first round. I would not draft him first. Let me say, if I was first, that's what I'm gonna throw out there.
I will say,
hot take. All right, we got to move on. We got to keep this trainer rolling. NFC North predictions. I mean, this is the thing I want to talk about. Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings. Who's going first, second, third, fourth? Who's winning? Obviously, you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell you.
Just put some objectivity into it, Nick.
Perfect. Green Bay Packers are going number one. I mean, we're winning the division. Easy. So today, AJ Dillon, he's out for the season. That's huge. Okay.
That's terrible news, man.
He's got a neck injury. They put him out the whole entire season. So we got like this second guy.
Does he use his neck to run the ball? Just put him in a fucking brace.
He's like running.
Exactly. Just fat naked, dude. All right.
His power back. Yeah. It's a power back. It's not a fucking power neck. The fuck?
Thank you.
Isn't that a joke? But Marshawn Lloyd, we drafted him this year from USC, third round, 88th pick. He's taking over, so it'll be nice to like at least get his legs exercising.
They're gonna work him in slowly. Yeah, they'll work him in slowly.
Obviously, we got Josh Jacobs running the ball, and how I felt about Josh Jacobs. Everyone does that watches this. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. My boy Josh Jacobs.
Is he leading the league in rushing yards this year?
No, not at all. But here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna open up the whole thing like Aaron Jones did, except if he can stay healthy, he'll beat his rushing yards from last year. Okay. Last year I won that bet with Aaron. Aaron said what, 1,300, and he got way less than that. I'm not saying he's running 1,300. I say he runs roughly like I'm thinking 1,090 yards at best. Okay, so I'm going with the over of 1,000 for sure. We're gonna be running him, and the reason why the Packers are getting the first spot, winning the division, is because Jordan Love, what he did last year was phenomenal. All we've done since then,
just ball out of control the last 7 weeks of the season.
Yes. We're still the youngest team in the league. We've already had great wide receivers. I mean, thank God. There's like a lot of talks about like all these weird trades I've been seeing. Like, oh yeah, if we give up Watson for this and we get CeeDee Lamb, remember that was a whole thing. Obviously, we know what happened with CeeDee Lamb, so thank God it's not going to happen. But all that kind of stuff, we're a set team. We're gold. People were like, oh, did you watch week 2 preseason? Preseason, guys. Preseason. Why does everyone think that like means anything? I'm so confused.
Clearly. We don't know shit, Nick, because the Detroit Lions a couple years ago went 4-0 in the preseason, and then they went 0-16 on the regular season. So clearly, we are the idiots.
I just love when people say that. I'm like, did you watch it? I mean, did you even fucking pay attention? Do you know what's happening? They're like, oh my God, we lost week 2 preseason. Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
I literally watched preseason just so I can see like Stenson Bennett of the Rams play and see like where his development is. I just want to see where the development is on some of my young guys. Not the whole team. I'm not doing a full analysis on the team here. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a deep game, and that's how you should be running it. Like, especially if you're like coach or invested like that. That's great. But stop talking about it during this season.
Yeah, you got to find out who you're keeping. Yeah, you got to find out who you're keeping when those injuries start happening and you pull them up from the practice squad.
Yep. Who do we want to get rid of? Who's going to come in clutch when we need them to? Like when AJ Dillon went out, you're like, okay, who we got next? All right, there he goes.
Compared to picking someone up off the street, you have them already in your system, so they don't need to they're already studied.
Yeah, they already know. They're familiar with the way you guys work. All right, keep moving. So Packers is going number 1. I'm actually going to take. This is probably not going to be agreed.
Don't say it. Please don't say it. I already know what you're going to say.
Who? Say it.
Chicago.
No, fuck no.
Okay.
Chicago's getting last place. I'm gonna take the Vikings though. I'm gonna take the Vikings for right behind me.
Okay,
right up our ass. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to it, other than I think that the Bears are the weakest team. Okay, the Bears, everyone's like, oh yeah, Caleb's the future. Okay, they've been cursed for a while, and I don't think Caleb's going to break the curse. He's going to fall into the same exact pattern that Justin Fields fell into. Justin Fields was also that guy that was a dual threat. Well, look what happened to him. Caleb Williams, like we talked about it last year, at the end of last year, all of his wins were against teams that were unranked, right? And when he played actually ranked teams, he didn't get anywhere. I don't think it's going to be that great. I love it though. I mean, I love the hype. I love the hype. I hope that I'm proved wrong to the extent that they get second place and don't beat the Packers. That's great. Whatever. But I'm taking Packers, Vikings.
You have the Vikings finishing ahead of the Lions?
Yes, and here's why. The Lions had too much
dope.
The Lions had all this pressure last year and they handled it beautifully. Okay. Now the test is always the hype train. How far can you ride the hype train? Okay. Their hype now is at the peak where like peak performance. Here's the bubble. The bubble has to burst. Okay. Once you get to that certain level and you're like, oh yeah, we're great and all this stuff. And yeah, they were great. Last year they were great, dude. They were awesome. It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. Which means everything inside is gonna sink. We're gonna expose your favorite quarterback. Well, your second favorite quarterback. We're gonna expose his ass, Mr. Goff. He's done. I mean, he's gonna have a rough fucking year, I think. It's gonna be eye-opening. The only thing they got going for him is still their coaching, but that's also the other part of it. Emotions, man. You can't have so much emotion in a game. The more emotional you are, the weaker and weaker. What, you got the script?
Did you read this, Nick? Did you read this?
Give me a copy. I didn't even know you had that.
Did you read this? You see how
I didn't even know you had that. I didn't even know you had that.
I went to the point of turning off my Matthew Stafford BFF FF virtual background.
So is Dan Campbell mentioned in there as like an emotional disaster, or is he mentioned as like an emotional success?
Emotional success. Last year he was emotional bastard disaster.
No, last year was like that was the point.
Oh no, I mean in the NFC Championship game against the Niners. I meant that one.
But now this is where I'm saying the bubble burst. I don't see it long term. Amon Ra. I mean, right? Like, all
right. So I agree with you.
He'll do good.
I agree with you on the Packers. What's fresh in I was listening to someone else talk about the NFC North, and he made a good point. It's like what's fresh in my mind was the ass whooping that the Packers did on Thanksgiving Day going into Detroit when they were riding their hot shit train, and just whooped them. I was like, I can't disagree. Makes a very good point. Lions are top 5 team in the NFC, no questions asked. I think, contrary to your belief,
in the NFC, I like it. Okay.
Sure. Contrary to your belief, I believe that they are.
Packers are.
I already told you Packers are going to win the division. Assuming health. Lions
are top 4 in the NFC.
Yeah, I know. I have Chicago 3. Chicago 3, Vikings 4. It depends how Chicago starts because they don't play a divisional opponent till week 10 against the Packers. Week 1 through 9 is all cupcake. Week 10 to week 17 is where the fucking meat and potatoes are for them.
Is it week 10? Is it that far?
Yeah. They don't play any divisional opponent until week 10. So, like, they are playing a bunch of low-life teams, except for the Rams and the Jets, weeks 1 through 9. So they have a chance to build chemistry and build themselves up and really get to know together and get into flow with things. And that's why I have the Bears 3rd instead of the Vikings 4th, just because of their cupcake schedule, week 1 to week 9. They don't, like I said, they don't touch the Packers or the Lions to week 10, 11, 12. All their division games, back half of the schedule.
You're saying Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings.
Yes.
All right. I mean, it's respectable. I just, for some reason, like, me, I have like
your whole hypothesis on the Lions.
I just hate, like, I hate all the teams in the NFC North except for the Packers. And I'm still like, I hate the Bears the most, but I still think, well, I guess that actually makes my hypothesis true. And I know you keep showing the script. The Vikings, I think, are going to be.
It's hard to say, man.
They're going to be a sleeper.
I don't disagree with that. I agree with what where you're coming from on that. I don't disagree. It really just depends on how Sam Darnold pans out. I've been having conversations constantly with Scott about this shit. And it's like, Sam Darnold probably flourished in that system because I'm forgetting what the head coach is of the Vikings right now, but he was the offensive.
Oh, you mean no one cares? No, I just care.
Yeah. No, he was the offensive coordinator for like 4 years with the Rams before he got hired as the Vikings guy. So he's from the Sean McVay tree. So
Kevin O'Connell. Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell. Thank you. All right. What else you got for us, Nick?
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on. Yeah, you're right.
But
Team
I like the
predictions.
sleepy, I like the sleeper stats. I agree with you on that. Hmm.
I think they're just sneaky good. I think, and Sam, we've seen him in action, and when he has good games, he has great games. They're not
Oh
just
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Hmm.
So he's not like a starter quarterback. He is this time, but I mean, if he can pull out that starter thing where he always plays from behind, and always wins, and fucking pulls off all these great things, he'll do it. All right, Rams. You saying over under? Let's say 9.5 wins.
Over for sure. Taking the over.
Over?
I have
Yeah.
them actually winning the NFC West. And it's not just my personal vendetta. I have been seeing everyone from Rich Eisen, Colin Coward, even the great Shannon Sharp talk about how the Rams could be actually overtake the Niners and win this division. So I'm gonna ride that hype train and say fuck it. All right.
Honestly, I would fucking love that because historically we always lose to the 49ers and we always beat your ass. So that's fine with me.
Well, we play each other this year, my guy. So we'll see what happens.
I know. So fun. My bank. Yeah, let's go. I'll support them. Do you think my personal opinion, or my personal curiosity, do you think Puka is a better wide receiver than Cooper Kupp?
Um, I'd say at this stage of the careers with the trajectories, yes, because Cup has been there for a while, injury ridden, and he's always been the primary receiver. But now we got Puka stepping in. So who do you double team, Puka or Cooper Kupp? So whoever doesn't get double team, the ball is going in that direction. And Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp, I think Puka is a lot better down the field for the long balls and the long cross routes, like 20 plus yards. Cooper Kupp fits into. I think Cooper Kupp can now transition to a slot receiver.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I like that because I think the same exact thing. I think yeah, Puka is going to be the double coverage guy now. I think everyone's like, oh yeah, Kupp's getting older, he's injury prone, he's kind of like slower and all this stuff. But that opens him up on the inside, which makes him, in my opinion, a better wide receiver now.
And we have a good wide receiver group too. We Tutu Atwell, Cooper Kupp, like we said.
Yeah, Tutu. Yeah, I forgot about that guy. I mean, he's talented. Yeah.
We have I'm blanking on our tight ends, but our tight end room is really good as well. The running back room is really good as well. Dual threat running backs.
Kyren Williams.
Yeah, I meant more for our tight ends, but our running back room with Kyren Williams is great. We got the guy out of Michigan in the third round. So
I just want to say, you remember like when Austin Eckler was like the shit and everyone's like, don't, he's done. He's like, it's like over and stuff. Man, isn't that crazy how quickly something can just change?
Todd Gurley.
Yeah, Todd Gurley. That's right.
Todd Gurley, man.
I remember Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy for the Packers.
Lacy.
Yeah, damn.
We signed Gurley to the fattest fucking contract for running backs at that time. I think it was like 4 years, 60 mil, and then he didn't even make it to like year 4 or 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Like, one hit wonders, baby. All right. I'm gonna say Packers over under. Let's say 10.5. I'm gonna take the over. Obviously, I think
I'll take the over on that.
I think it's a well-rounded team. I think we're gonna shock a lot of people. I think this is gonna be like the year where like everybody's like, oh yeah, why were we sleeping on him? And it's be like, because you don't look at stats. Like Jordan Love threw the second most touchdowns last year, and the least amount of interceptions. I don't remember. He had like 11 or something like that. Fucking ridiculous.
And Jordan Love has been hanging out with. He's been a very good leader. He's been spending equal time in all the rooms: running back room, wide receiver room, offensive line room, defense, all the defensive rooms as well. Just acquainting himself as a team leader. And a bunch of your teammates, his teammates, excuse me, were quoted. We're learning and we're growing and we're hungry.
Yeah.
There's you probably still have one of the younger teams on the league, but
we do. It's the youngest one, Joe. It's the youngest. It's the youngest one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that playoff experience last year for sure. I
know everyone's sleeping on that too.
Bowl. Hard to say with Super Bowl experience. Maybe you go to a Super Bowl and maybe you lose one and gain the experience from that and come back.
But no. Aaron Rodgers did it. Jordan Love can do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Rodgers did it. What? It's like third year, right? Second or third year starting.
Starting
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking? No.
He sat behind Favre for 3 years, and then he started.
His first full year, 2010. Anyways, let's keep moving on, guys. Shit. Let's just do a bigger hype train. The Bears or the Texans. What do you got, Joe?
This is a tough one, especially when you were just talking about Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Yeah.
I think CJ Stroud and the Texans are the bigger hype train. Just all the momentum they had carrying last year. One-off rookie year, kind of pulled like one of those, Blake Griffin, LeBron James type rookie years where just unstoppable, balled out of control, like a lot of hype and entertainment and excitement. They only got better with Stephon Diggs, who I think we could still argue is a top 10 wide receiver in this league.
I don't like that, but yeah, I think he's tanking.
He's on the downward trajectory. I agree, but I'd say
Speaking
he's
of
still top 10.
Tank Dell, that's the
Tank
man.
Dell,
That's why. Yeah,
yes, thank you. Tank Dell is going to accelerate with Stephon Diggs being there,
that's a
and
sleeper pick.
tight end Dalton there. I think the Texans have the bigger hype train, but I think it's more better. I think it's more based off of what they did compared to what everyone expects the Bears do. Kind of like last year with the Jets. The hype train was the Jets, right? I admittedly was on it. You know, a lot of excitement going into Hard Knocks and everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Bears have Hard Knocks this year as well. I haven't been watching. I saw clips and I could give two shits, but I think the Houston Texans have a bigger hype train. But I'm totally cool with you making an argument with Chicago having a bigger hype train because the Bears fans have, similar to the Jets fans of last year, have been waiting for this, for
I know,
quarterback
but
savior.
I'm gonna come back at you real quick. Nick Muka, one of my friends, shout out Nick.
Shout out
at work. He's a hardcore Chicago fan, and he's saying this is exactly what we did. Justin Fields is going to be the same exact thing. He's like, this is not a game changer.
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing. He's kind of like. He's kind of sick of it, you know. He's wishing he would have stuck with the Packers because that's where he's fucking from.
I mean,
like,
would you argue though that Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Justin Fields just in general, straight up? You know,
I would. Going in like blind, like if they both got drafted like one after the other, like, let's say to the same team, like hypothetically it's impossible, obviously, but like let's just say that.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing is like Chicago conveniently had the number one pick because the Panthers were absolute trash, you know. And it's like, okay, of course we're going to take the better prospect than what we have with Justin Fields. If they did not have that number one pick, Justin Fields would still be on the Bears today.
But their whole just look at the color of their uniforms. Like fuck that. Okay, anyway.
Okay, now we're talking about colors, and now we're getting off topic.
I'm moving on. I don't care. We can talk about this later. We got to move. Does Dallas make the playoffs? Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do they win the division?
No, they get in as a wild card.
Okay.
Wild card this year.
I'm on the teetering. Like they're where the Packers were last year, where they got to wait for like the last 2 weeks to play out to figure out if they're in or out. You know what I mean?
Say no. You're saying like you don't know. Okay, that's a no. Yeah.
Why say yes when it feels so good to say no, especially with the Cowboys? I'm gonna say no. To be honest with you.
Really?
I think they just miss it. And I think it's the mismanagement of Jerry Jones being the GM. We're all in. We're all in this year. Who did you sign? Who did you sign this offseason?
I'm going to call the script up to play, and you should probably check that because I think the script's going to write for like the next 10 years that the Cowboys keep going to that point and then just dying. I think that's like the best story like line of like all of the NFL, you know? Yeah, what is that page right there? I just saw it said Dak Prescott chokes.
Dak Prescott torn ACL. No. I don't wish that on him, but yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah. I never believed in Dallas. I still don't believe in Dallas. All right. I think they'll get to the playoffs, but like that's as far as I believe in them.
Well, here's the thing: NFC East. There's never for like the last 42 years or 22 years, something like that. They've never had back-to-back conference winners. So by default, by that logic,
Joe,
Dallas will not be winning the division, or Philly will not be winning the division again. But I don't know.
Joe, have you heard of edging?
Yes. It's right here on page 23.
Yeah, okay. So edging, as you know, means you get so close, but then you stop.
That's what Dallas does every year. We get to the playoffs.
Exactly.
You get an easy first round, allegedly an easy first round matchup against the inexperienced young Packer team. And then what happens?
Do you know where the best stories come from? Edging stories. Those are the best stories. Okay. You're like, oh shit, dude, that sucks. And everyone goes, ha 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 ha. It's like it's a cycle. It's just the way life is. It doesn't matter if it's football or real life. It doesn't matter. It's the same.
I'll give you that.
Okay. 2 minutes to run this thing fucking through. All right. Chiefs versus week 1. Chiefs versus Ravens.
I think I'll take the Chiefs to win that game.
Yeah.
I understand the emotion of, getting, championship night, all that jazz, but I don't, as good as Lamar is, I think I've got to start siding with you on this. I've been criticizing you for years with your take on Lamar Jackson, but
yeah,
they had that game wrapped up last year in the playoffs against the Chiefs. And, it's not all Lamar's fault, but it's all happening on his schedule, on his time,
My man
Henry's going to help for sure, but we'll see what happens, man. It's hard to say, my guy.
There's a saying among fishermen in Florida. It's like every once in a while you catch a fluke, or you always catch a fluke, or whatever. A fluke is literally a type of fish, and you catch a fucking
Oh,
fluke all the fucking time. I feel like he's a fluke. I don't know.
or
I don't believe him.
like a blue lobster, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Same eat, same all this stuff.
Good.
I think if I had to pick, like, if it was Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson, I would take Jalen Hurts. Like, that's how done I am with Lamar.
Well, and here's the thing: is like you can't pick against the champion until someone beats the champion. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
the Chiefs, so it's like
Yeah.
by default, we should expect the Chiefs to go undefeated, right?
Oh,
In the
word
regular
up.
season. It's like until someone beats
all right.
them.
We got to keep moving. Eagles versus Packers. You know what I'm gonna say? Packers. I mean, this game is happening in Brazil.
Brazil.
No, Brazil. They don't pronounce the Z. I'm pretty sure.
Brazil. Yeah, Brazil. Okay.
No, Brazil is like Canadian.
That's how they said it in Always Sunny when they did the globe thing.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah.
Brazil.
Well, okay, that's Philadelphian.
Oh, Philadelphia. Yeah.
I think that game's gonna be actually entertaining as hell, but I think the Packers will pull it off. It'll probably come down to like, I think it's gonna be like a high scoring first quarter, nothing in the second, nothing in the third, and then in the fourth they'll be like all of a sudden guns a-blazing, boom, 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 and then Jordan Love will pull off the win. It's going to be a low-scoring game, in my opinion. Everyone thinks it's going to be high. I think it's going to be very low. I think it's going to be slow. It's Brazil.
17 to 13.
17-21. 17-21.
I actually have it.
Traveling.
I have it in reverse. Well, the traveling I don't think is going to be too bad because they're in roughly the same time zone.
I know,
as we
but
are.
Just the fact you're traveling to a foreign country.
Well, I mean, they're getting there like 4 days early, my guy.
I'm talking about mentally, though. Being in a different country, it doesn't matter. You can be in a different country for like a month. That doesn't
well, according to your GM, I don't know how they're going to get a wide body 737 off the ground at the Green Bay airport. You know, that was a whole big
Oh, my
thing.
God. Okay, keep moving. We got 9 minutes, and I got other shit to do before this fucking draft.
I think I have a big question mark about the Eagles and how they're going to be this year.
Yeah.
So I think that game is going to be a huge gut check for sure to see how they're going to project and do. I would, I think I'm going to roll with the Eagles on this one, my guy.
Okay, fuck you.
20 to
fuck
18.
Opinions mostly. This thing is stupid. We're done. No.
But here's the thing: the Packers historically.
Joe, I don't got a time for. Here's the thing. You're insulting.
They don't play good early in the season. They ramp it up. About week 4, week 5 is when they get good, man.
We just talked about them being the youngest team that went as far as they fucking did in the playoffs for their first fucking year. And this is what you're going to get.
High risk, high reward, baby.
I'm going to risk sticking my foot up your ass, okay?
You can risk it all you want, motherfucker. All
right, last but not least, Rams versus Lions, week 1. What do you want?
I'm actually taking the Lions to win that game.
I love it. Okay. Why?
Well, I think I think they have a better player personnel. I think they're going to look back at the tape from the super wild card weekend. I don't know. My gut is just telling me I think the Lions are just going to edge it out. First game of the season, home game. Detroit loves their team a lot. Shout out to the fans of Detroit. Good on them for having a good team in 130 years. So I just think all the momentum. Jared Goff he's going to double down on the 10, split that and get double 21 blackjack. I think he's going to double down and definitely like, okay, you pay me all this money and then trade me. Okay.
I love it. I'm going to take the Lions too. And I think that's going to be one of the games that they start to feel good on. Like they're going to win. They're going to be like, yeah. And it's just going to fucking go down from there.
Good Lord Almighty.
I think it's just week 1.
Your trajectory of the Lions, I swear to God.
I think they're definitely losing. They're going the under on 10 for sure.
Oh, I can definitely tell who has and has not read the script.
Well, I can't read, so joke's on you, asshole.
Good on you.
All right. You guys, thanks for watching, tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Send us your emails at opinionsmostly@gmail.com. We want to answer some questions this year. Please do so because we need some fucking questions. We want to talk. If you want to be featured as a guest, join us. Just talk. We'll have that too.
$10 entry fee.
Please email us. Let us know. We're here for it. It's going to be a good year of football. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Packers. I'm excited just to be back in that spirit.
It's always a good year when football starts, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Signing off for Nick and Aaron the Hammer, who's not here.
Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Hammer.
Love. Joe, anything else you want to add to the whole conversation?
Rams are going all the way this year, my guy.
Yeah, okay. Do you see the do you see the Chiefs making the Super Bowl again this year?
Well, like I said earlier, you can't bet against the champs until someone takes them down. So by default, I have to answer yes. But we are talking about the AFC, which is fucking stacked. So
Yeah.
it's hard to say at week 0.
I think we finally get away from the Chiefs. It's a hot take, but we'll talk about it next week. Thanks for watching. We love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
New York Jets.